Hi everybody, I'm Jules. I'm one of the co-founders at the Body Retreat. As you can see, I'm feeling very festive today, and part of the reason for that is that one of the jobs I have today, because I'm not on retreat, is I'm actually getting out my Christmas crockery. It comes as no surprise to those of you who know me or know that I'm responsible for the cooking. I love a bit of crockery, a bit of dishware, and so I have two sets of Christmas crockery. This is my everyday set of crockery, and I love getting it out. It just makes me feel like everything I'm eating, regardless of what goes on the plate, feels festive. Now, when I was kind of getting the other plates out to start packing them away, because they're going to go away now until the beginning of January, it started me thinking about plate size. So plate size is one of the things that we talk a lot about at the Body Retreat, because it's not just about what you eat, it's also about how you eat, when you eat, why you eat. But when it comes to portion control, the size of your plate is such a helpful thing to be able to support you to eat a portion that is right for you. Now, when I was growing up back in the 1970s, the average size of a dinner plate was about 9 inches big, okay? Today, the average size of a dinner plate is 12 to 14 inches big. That's huge. I have here what I call my Sunday dinner plates, okay? Look at that. That plate is bigger than my head. My Sunday dinner plates come in at 11 inches wide. Now, if I show you the difference then between a 9-inch plate, look at the difference between the two. You can see that even just the size of the plate is quite different. Imagine that. You're probably, 25% extra food just going on because of the size of the plate. And we haven't even spoken about depth yet, but that's just the width of the plate. So on retreat, I'm always encouraging our ladies to forfeit the big giant dinner plate in favor of something like this, which is a salad plate, or if you can go to like a bric-a-brac store or a thrift shop or something like that and pick up crockery, vintage crockery. Like this is a plate from a 1950s dinner service. It's absolutely perfect. It's about 10 inches big, but the inner circle where you actually put the food is only 8 inches. So that's a perfect size to have a nice meal on. And you don't feel like you're not eating off a side plate. Sorry, lots of crockery going on there. So for example, there's a little side plate. I'm not suggesting that you're having every main meal off a little side plate. Let's be realistic here. But there's a huge difference between the volume of food that you can consume. Whoops, about nearly dropped it there. If you're eating off this huge plate versus this little smaller salad size plate. Now, I think it's particularly important when we're now in the festive season. You want to be able to enjoy indulgent meals. You want to be able to enjoy meals with your family and not feel like you're sitting there eating, 2 lettuce leaves and a dry piece of chicken breast or something like that. But there's a huge difference about the portion size. So my top tip would really be to check your plate this festive season. Because if you are starting off with a plate that size with the intention of eating a balanced portion, you've already set yourself up to fail. If you are sitting down to a plate that's that size, you are literally putting at least a quarter less food on the plate, which means that you can put whatever you want on it and sit down and eat that nice and slow and calm, relaxed, guilt-free, most importantly. So there you have, that's my absolute top tip for managing your eating this festive season, so you don't feel guilty, so you don't feel overfull and stuffed and stretching your stomach meal after meal after meal. And then when you come into dreaded January, when it's dark and cold and miserable, and you're starting to think about shedding those unwanted pounds and inches because you've stretched your stomach with all that indulgent food on that huge big plate, you are going to find it really difficult to get back on track. Switch out your plate size without even changing what goes on it, and it's going to make a big difference to you. Anyway, I hope you find that helpful. If you've got any questions or anything, as always, love to hear from you. Anyway, take care now. I better get on with the rest of my packing. Bye.